Now, it might not be everyone's taste, but it's definitely my taste. I had to do something different. I didn't want my bike to look the same. There's a bunch of people around here that got Bianchis and
What's up? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel and good morning. And low key, man, I hate filming in the morning. Don't talk about my cup. But anyway, we are here to talk about these wheels, the Elite Drive 57Ds. And bottom line up front, they are overweight, right? And they are overweight by a decent amount. So I got a bunch of comments and people was like, hey man, you should do something about this. You should let the company know. I'll send them an email or just whatever, just to kind of keep the company honest about what they are advertising, right? So fast forward, Elite sent me an email. They sent me an email specifically addressing the weight claims of the Helix 57D. Now, why they sent me this email, I'm not sure, and I'm gonna give you some context, right? The Elite Drive 57Ds I paid for 100% out of my pocket. I didn't get no discount. I didn't ask for no discount. I didn't say, hey, I'm Mr. Rob Armstrong. I got a YouTube channel. I'm just a regular consumer. The wheel came out and I purchased it. So when I purchased it, Elite Wheels, they don't know anything about me other than I'm just a regular consumer. They don't know I have a YouTube channel. They don't know I was going to make content on it. They don't know anything about it. Now, since I've owned the wheels, I have made a couple posts about the wheels on my Instagram. And on my Instagram, I have tagged Elite Wheels, letting them know that I have the wheel. Not specifically, but just, you just tag companies when you make posts, right? And they have acknowledged those posts, either a thumbs up or a like or something like that. So I'm willing to assume that they have seen my video that I made talking about the wheel, the initial reaction, and specifically talking about the wheel being overweight. Now, the claimed weight was 1380 grams plus or minus, right? So 1380 plus or minus. These wheels should be a total 1350 grams between 1350 and 1410. So my wheel set came in at 1475, and I think that was a pretty substantial amount, enough to be upset about if you were looking for a specific weight, right? Now, one of the questions was, well, how did they weigh the wheels? Did they weigh it with the tape? Did they weigh it with the valves? That's a question that I do not know, or an answer I do not have. But regardless how they weighed it, the wheel is still overweight, and it's something that's a fact because Elite Wheels is acknowledging that, right? So what I want to do is read the email to you that I received from a gentleman named Anthony in the customer service department, right? And I got this email on May 16th, just to kind of keep you in the loop of, I guess, time frames. I don't know when you're watching this video, right? So I got the email on May 16th, and I'm going to read it to you. Dear Mr. Armstrong, right? I'm just saying Mr. Armstrong, right? Dear Mr. Armstrong, it has come to our attention that the weights of many of the Drive Helix wheel sets that we have sent out exceed the 30-gram threshold that we advertise. For this reason, we have decided it was best to increase the listed weights of the wheel sets on our website. We deeply apologize for the discrepancy. In order to make it up to you, there are two options that we offer. Number one, if you choose to return the wheels, we'll pay for shipping and offer you a full refund. If you choose to keep the wheels, we'll refund you $50 and we'll give you $50 in addition to that you can add to a future order on another wheel set. We are sorry for the inconvenience that this has caused you. Thank you very much for your understanding. Please feel free to contact us if you have any questions. Best regards, Anthony, Customer Service Department. All right. So how do I feel about that initially? I feel great about that. I feel great that they have acknowledged it. I feel great that they've reached out and offered some type of solution. They offered two solutions, and just the fact that they just reaching out to the customer and letting them know. So I really can't complain about that. Now, what they're offering, do I think that's enough incentive or enough, I don't want to say reward, I guess enough incentive to either send them back or just something to keep their good standing, right? Their good name standing for a company. I do think that's enough, right? Now, I've had some comments and some people was like, Man, if the weight's not right, they should give you some free wheels. I think that's very, very bold for an individual to say. And I'm just putting it, I'm playing devil's advocate from a big company perspective, right? The Drive 57D Helix wheels has that wavy pattern, and the only people that's really doing the wavy pattern right is Princeton Carbon, and they're like Princeton Works, right? Princeton Carbon Works. They are in a whole nother league as far as wheels, in my opinion, right? So for Elite Wheels to make this wheel, then they came out with their own specific patented um, ratchet system. It's probably not perfect the first release, but you can't get mad at the attempt. But just because it's not perfect, does that mean they should be giving wheels out for free? I think that's reaching a little bit. I think that's a bit much to ask. Now, if the weight wasn't accurate and they did not acknowledge it, then I would feel a certain type of way about it, and I would feel like the company needs to do more. But they have acknowledged what is going on. They have owned up to their mistake, and they're saying, "Hey, this is something that we could do about it." Right now, let's get to the own up. So they've changed the description on their website for how much the wheels weigh. And I checked it and they did update it, right? So before the claimed weight was 1380. Now the claimed weight is 1420. But hear me when I tell you this, right? It's 1420 plus or minus 30 grams. So that should put the range between 1390 and 1450. My wheels weigh 1475. They weighed in at 1475. Um, I'm a little salty about that because I really wanted to be like, it's still not accurate, right? So the real question is, now that they changed the claimed weight, and now we know the new range of weight, and my wheel is still over that weight limit. Now I want to know, how was the wheel weighed when you are making this claim? So when I respond to this email, I specifically asked them, hey, I appreciate what you guys are doing. I personally did not want to return the wheels. I do like the wheel, but I do have a question for you all. How are you weighing this wheel? Are you weighing it with the tape? Are you weighing it with the valves? Now, when I get that feedback, I will make another follow-up to this video and I will let you know, because I think people want to know, and I think that's, people need to hear that, right? To me, I would assume that they are weighing the, or I would be weighing the wheel with the tape and the valves. The reason why I would do that is because that's how you're going to ride the wheel. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much it weighs without that, because you're shipping it with tape, you're shipping it with valve. That's what you should be telling me. It's kind of like when people weigh bikes, right? People weigh the bike and they say, oh, it doesn't have no computer mounts, no pedals, whatever. I don't know why people weigh bikes like that. I personally hate it. When you weigh a bike, it should be as if you're going to ride it with Garmin mount, pedals, and all that other stuff. But anyway, that's just my own little rant. But I'm going to ask them specifically, how are you weighing the wheels, right? All right, quick update to how the wheels are being weighed. The initial claimed weight was the 1380 plus or minus 30 grams. And on the website, that's all that was listed, right? They acknowledged that that wasn't correct. Then they updated the website and they put the new claimed weight being the 1420 plus or minus. But now they updated it again and it says the 1420 plus or minus, and it says it is weighed without tape and without the valves. That's how the wheel's being weighed. So without tape, without valves, they're claiming that it weighs the 1420. Now, like I said, they did give me an option to return the wheel. They're going to pay for postage and they'll give me a free refund. I'm not going to return the wheel. So far, so good. I've been liking the wheel. Now, because of the weight, I did not want to put the wheels on my Factor Austral Vam. I actually moved them to another bike. I have my Bianchi XR3 that I rebuilt, and I put the wheel on that. And I've been riding the 57Ds on the Bianchi, and it's been a great match. It's perfect on that bike, and I've really been liking that setup. So for me personally, I will not return my wheels. Now, if somebody was buying these wheels specifically for the weight, just the weight alone, and it did not meet that weight requirement or that weight threshold that you had in mind, then yeah, I could see why you would want to replace them. But just the wheel in general, besides the weight, I do not have any issues with them and in the valves, because I didn't like the valves, but I made a video about that, so you can check that out. But besides those two things, I will not return the wheels. I do appreciate them refunding me $50 and then giving me another $50 towards a future purchase, because I would consider buying another set of wheels. Now which ones I would get, I don't know. I kind of like the 46Ds. I might get a pair of those. Once again, I don't know if I'd put them on Factor Austro, but I would consider a more shallower wheel just to put on something else, because the wheel, it's been performing. I have no really discrepancies about that. But anyway, this is just a follow-up to let you guys know what's going on with the wheel. They have acknowledged that the wheel is overweight. They have made a correction on the website, but the correction, I still don't think it was enough. But I reached out to them directly so I can get a response and give y'all some feedback. Bottom line up front, would I recommend the wheel and would I buy it? Yes, I would recommend it. Yes, I would buy it again. But if you want it for weight, this is probably not the wheel for you. I think that's all I got for y'all. It's your boy, Mr. Rob Armstrong. I'm out.